Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, my name is Keith Jones. Scott Buckles is on the road. Hey, we just want to say thank you for showing up today. Today, we really have a really good one when it comes to real estate investing. We have one of our real estate investors who takes time out of their day. In other words, this is somebody who's in action. This ain't somebody who's used to do it or in the past, whatever the case may be. This is somebody who's in action right now. So we love when they get to come out and just kind of share what they do, how they do, and a little bit about themselves. This is a live event, right? So please stay muted because they are really in the mix of things. And we just want to just carve out a little bit of their time to be able to share with us. Also, because this is live, stay muted, but also use the chat where you can ask questions because we have investors from all over the place and we have people from all over the place. Some people might be driving, some people, it doesn't matter, but just stay muted so that way we can get through the day and it'll be really, really awesome. So, again, thank you everybody for showing up. We about to get started. So, if you see my screen, you see there go the superstars right there. So, let me go ahead and stop my share real quick. And we want to welcome everybody. And hey, if you don't mind, the Teets family is going to share with us today. Oh man, I love this couple right here. I call them a powerhouse because what you about to see today and things they have done in the past is really, really awesome. So, Chris, if you don't mind coming out, I think you're going to open up the mic if that's okay. And come on out so we get to see you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. They're the Teach family right there. Oh, and y'all on site. Oh, this is really awesome. And so, hey, again, thank you for taking time out to share with us. I know you in the middle of things, but I know you, but there's a lot of people who's on today who may not know who y'all are. And so if y'all don't mind just kind of like sharing like who you are, where you are, and what really got you started with real estate investing, like your why and anything else you'd like to share. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, ladies first.
All right. So yeah, my name is Micaela. I originally from Peru. I've been here for like maybe 22, 25 years already. Um, when I met Chris, we were dating and I was like, okay, so what is the plans for the future? And we decided to like we found real estate investment in common and we decided to start looking for a place where we can learn to do real estate. And then we found this wonderful community. And the idea is to start working on investing on properties so we can have an easy retirement. And I guess personally, I'm not full time in the real estate investment because I have a full time job and I'm in the IT field. So right now I'm doing like data analysis kind of thing. And I like to, I guess, play volleyball and go out with friends, with the community. And that's it. I'm passing it to Chris.
Yeah, so I was born and raised here in Northern Virginia. Um, Worked as an electrician practically the entire first half of my life, that and auto mechanics. And so after a while, I realized that I couldn't beat my body up forever. That wasn't a long-term plan. And looking around at all of the, millionaires out there living their lives, noticing the majority of them have real estate in their portfolio. That's I started looking into that. As an electrician, I was doing electrical work for investors and seeing, how they're nickel and diming me on my workmanship, but they're making, tens of thousands of dollars at the end of the job. So if they're doing it, why can't I? And so I reached out to a local investor who connected me with this community, and since then, we started off by doing 5 flips as a team effort, just from members that we met together and teaming up. And then just in October, Micaela and I did our first deal together alone, and we did a property tour on that one previously. We still own that one. That one's a buy and hold for now. And so here we got this second one. through a sphere of influence. And yeah, now we're in the midst of it. Um, we have a
Oh,
crew
that's
going doing the work this time.
that is awesome. That's kind of is interesting. Um, you know, the roles that you have is kind of like, oh well, Micaela, and you're like, I don't really do this full time, but I run the numbers. I mean, that's kind of like what I kind of what I heard, and that's really awesome because a lot of
Or
people think that both husband and wives or significant others, they both got to do it full time, like they have to really do it. And y'all actually just demonstrating like, hey, no, we have lives, we have a family, we have kids, and yes, we can also do this thing called real estate investing. And I just applaud y'all for that. And then just the journey of how Chris, you was talking about how, you was in the trade, but you also noticed that, wait a minute, they look a little bit more happier at the end of the job than you were. Like, okay, what's going on here? As you realize that, the investors was getting paid just a little bit more. And so it kind of piqued your interest. I know you're talking about, the body part, but at the same time, you was kind of looking at both and y'all got started. Now, when you said y'all was working together as a group, so that sounds like you was part of a community that we're part of, right? That's part of one of we call the benefits of working. You for yourself, but not by yourself. Is that kind of how you felt?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
What were some of the
I
other things as you started to move forward that you saw that kind of really helped you through the community?
well, having like-minded individuals wrapped around me, uh, I was we were surrounded by positivity.
encouragement. Mhm.
I don't know if I mean, I imagine many other people are surrounded by naysayers. Uh, you know, Friends and family say, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's too much effort. You need to know too much. Other people are doing it. You can't do
Mhm.
it." So I was tired of those naysayers. So there's a saying, if you can't change your friends, well, then change your friends. Find new ones.
Yeah.
And so I found four business partners that wanted to flip with me. We divided the workload because it is a very big boulder to roll uphill. And because of dividing the workload, we were able to accomplish our first five deals as a team. And from there, we said, okay, we've all learned a lot. I'm ready to go do it on my own.
And also to like know that even though like you're doing alone, but if you have questions, you have the community to help you out. Like you have somebody where you can bounce back and say, hey, I need help. How you did this before? Can you give me some advice on proceeding? I feel like that's very important for, especially for us. But yeah, that's where to know that you have somebody there that's gonna help you out is very important, and that's what we have in this community. I think it's very valuable.
Yeah, I agree because that's how I build my confidence up, right? And
Yes.
things like this, y'all coming out and sharing, that's one of the things that as I was looking at the community also, as I was learning and growing, I was that same type of person who always reached out to folks, said, "Hey, I need some help," right? And feel that, and actually feel that they actually care, and so that's really awesome. So some folks are still coming on. So if you don't mind, kind of talking about the property, like where are you right now, and how did you find this deal? Because I understand how where you started, and now you starting to, work with a group. Now you're working and you're doing some things on your own because you learn and you move. So how did you find this deal?
So this deal came through sphere of influence, through spreading the word throughout my friends, family, acquaintances, meeting people. You know, um, I I was doing marketing, put out road signs. People call saying, "Oh, I see you're doing real estate. How can I get involved?" And so I say, "Well, save me in your phone because I'm always looking for grandma's house." And I met this lady about 4 or 5 years ago through the marketing, and when she was in need, she reached out. So
Oh, that's
that's
really
how we
awesome.
found it.
That's really awesome because so consistency is also there too because could you imagine if you wasn't still doing real estate investing? She at that time 5 years ago, then she called and you didn't and you picked up the phone and said, I don't do that anymore. She would still be in need. So it sounds like also, as I learned, and maybe you learned as a real estate investor, we help solve problems. So she had a problem that time. What was her problem when she called?
Her husband just passed, and her
Um,
husband was the moneymaker.
mm,
So she didn't want the mortgage to get late or foreclosed upon. And she knew that I can buy fast.
wow. That's a lot of people don't talk about that side of the house, how you help, as real estate investor, people always, think about, oh, the money, 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 but you was able to help solve a problem that somebody had. And because you had a conversation and evidently it was something that you said that reminded her to give you a call and felt comfortable to do that. That's really awesome. That just really shows, what y'all have done as, both as a family, just, being good people, right? Because good people like to be around good people, right? That's really awesome. So what about this project now? How many, where is it? And like, how many bedrooms, baths, and all that good stuff?
You want me to turn on the slideshow?
Actually, you know what? Let's do that.
Okay. All right. How do we do that? We got to click on the Zoom and then share.
Yes.
Screen share. Oh, we want to share the property.
Yeah, sure.
You see it?
Yes. And if you go in presentation mode, yep, there it is. And just to remind everybody, if you have questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. This is live. We just ask you to just stay muted and we'll go from there. Go ahead, Chris.
So you wanted to know about the property. So on the right, you'll see the pictures of my wife and I standing in front of it. It's a detached house. What, 3 bathrooms, 1.5 bath, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. And the husband was in the middle of renovating it when he passed. So that's why the kitchen looks as it is. The one with the ladder on the left, that's the kitchen when we bought it.
Yeah. And it's in Lorton, Virginia, Fairfax County.
So they were in the midst of demoing the kitchen for us, and the hall bath was already completed, but I have to say the finishes that they chose and the quality of workmanship for the tile work was subpar. So I had to rip all that stuff right back out, unfortunately. Uh, and this was the slide about us, but we've already talked about that. So
But you didn't talk about that
my
car
wife
though.
liked Wally. Yeah, I'm a drifter. I take my car sideways on purpose. I've been doing it since like 2003-ish, which is before the movie came out. Just got to put that out there. And
Awesome.
yeah, this is our why, the two boys. So Connor and Matthew are the reason why we're working so hard at creating a family legacy. We have learned so much that we're able to utilize quite a bit, but we're doing that for them. We are buying these houses. We would like to keep them. Plan is to fix and flip to create a nest egg and then use that nest egg to buy rentals. Fix and flip, rental, fix and flip, rental. So that way we can retire and just have that mailbox money.
I
And
understand. I understand. That's really
using,
awesome because at the same time, when you're talking about generational wealth, you're also talking about your kids seeing y'all do what you do. And a lot of times as
yeah,
parents,
we
we
want,
always tell them to do things. Sometimes they don't remember what we tell them to do or say, but they remember seeing us what we do. And that's really awesome.
Yeah, like you bring your kids to the job site to show them what's possible. We're bringing our kids to the job site too, so that they can see. And Matthew, the little one, he says he wants to be a builder when he grows up. And Connor, the older one, he's good with numbers. So maybe they'll be an unstoppable force together.
There you go. There you go.
But so this was our, why we got into it, right? So, to have our family, secure our future and our time. And me, I can't be chained to a desk. I'd be, like a caged monkey. I'd just be jumping all over the bars, rattling and shaking. I've got to get out. But looking at all the limitations going on with every other business structure and company structure in the United States, and real estate is the one freedom that we still have the ability to partake in. So that's why we're latching onto it right now. And they're trying to steal that right away too. They're trying to outlaw the 1031 exchange. So we need to make use of it while we're still here, and we need to yell and scream for our rights to stay, as they constantly try and erase them.
Agreed.
So yeah, that's our why.
Awesome, awesome.
This is what the house looked like during the remodel. You could smell there was something wrong in the basement. So I started off by cutting the bottom 2 feet of drywall all the way around the basement. And sure enough, this one on the left with the blue circle, that mold was growing for a good 3.5 feet. I went ahead and I cut 4 feet of drywall off before I got to clean drywall there. But yeah, this is more of what it looked like. And for you guys who are watching this, expect to walk through homes that look like this.
Wear a mask.
The top right corner was the hall bath that I mentioned. It was freshly renovated, brand new, like marble looking tile on the floor, but they used the fiberglass shower surround. And for us to get top dollar in this market, we needed to go with a nice looking tile. So we took that back out. What we learn is to do your research of the market. So whether you're doing a fix and flip or buy and hold, you got to research your market. And so before we decided to move forward with keeping the existing bathroom or ripping it out, we went on to other listings and we pulled comparables. And looking at comparables, what sells in Fairfax County?
Based on the layout of the house and the neighborhood, because this is a unique layout. So we had to kind of decide which layout will work best for us when we sell it. Should we follow the layout of the other comparables, right, or not? And so, yeah, Chris went on designing. He did like 3 different layouts, and we compare and we decide to go with one.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that a lot of people, as when they starting with real estate investing, is we learn, and as we learn, we do. But a lot of people who are out there and they selling a home and they're not investors, they think some of the times that their remodel, that they may call it, is great, but it's not. It's just good for them to live in. And as the market changed and as things change, there are certain things that needs to be also changed. Like the layouts, the color schemes, the different fixtures that you're all even talking about. And so there's the different levels of knowing. And as educated real estate investors, y'all know the difference, like you were saying, understanding your market when you kind of go through and what's going to be what people are looking for today, right? Um, so that's really awesome that y'all be able to go through that. Now, how many bedrooms, how many baths, one more time?
So the house came with 3 bedrooms and 1.5 bathrooms.
I like how you said that because now you got me on my edge of my seat like something's about to change.
Yes.
Yeah. The weird thing is the one full bath is the one at the top right, which with the fiberglass surround. But the half bath is the bottom left corner picture and with the checkered floor, which as a race car driver, I'm okay with it, but the market's not there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm taking that picture from the doorway of the laundry room,
The bottom left.
which means you have to walk through this half bathroom to get to the laundry room.
Everybody loves to do that. What are you talking about?
And the weird thing is that dark room through the door right in front of you, and
Correct.
that's the toilet stall. Yeah, it's like a cave.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
So, but yeah, you change it now. So we changed the layout. Upstairs is gonna have 2 bedrooms with a master suite. And downstairs is gonna be two bedrooms with a full bathroom. So we're gonna have yeah, 3 bathrooms, right?
Three.
And 4 bedrooms.
Oh wow.
So one full downstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs, and 2 bedrooms upstairs with a master, which your master will have its own bathroom.
Okay. Now, do y'all have any more pictures before pictures, or are y'all ready to go ahead and start walking to show us the current status?
Um, yeah, this might be all the pictures.
I
No,
mean,
there's some more. Okay. Well, this is as it's going pictures. So, well, let's talk about them, right?
Yeah.
Um, so if you guys probably read my list of what repairs we were going to do, you probably saw that, we were fighting. We were handed a bad layout. We were handed a drop ceiling in the basement. We were handed terrible electric, which I didn't know until later. And just, overall, they neglected the property. And so for you guys who are investors, you probably know what I'm talking about. Just overall, just lack of maintenance. So what you see at the top left corner is the basement after we gutted it. So we gutted the drop ceiling, we took down the bar, and in this picture we have not taken up the floor yet. But in the bottom left picture, the floor is gone. So the bottom left picture is a new wall that we put up for the fourth bedroom. Where that wall is in the old picture, the before picture, is where the lamp is. It comes from that corner where the light is on the floor, straight toward you, and will end on your left shoulder. So we are looking at it from two different directions. Unfortunately, those were the two best pictures for me to choose from.
So we have a question. Jay was because he was asking, he saw the price at the very beginning of your slide. It was like 330. Was that the purchase price? I know we're going to talk numbers towards the end, but that question's already there. Was that the purchase price?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
That was our purchase price. They teach us they explained to us a lot of different ways of how to negotiate. So I love psychology. Uh, in my last trade as an electrician, I was a service electrician, which means I had to communicate with clients directly. They call me out to their home and I need to, be the doctor, diagnose the problem. And for you doctors on the line, you probably know it's not always the body that's the problem. It's the mind creating the problem. So we got to get in the mind of the client before we start diagnosing. So I've always taken psychology seriously and always been trying to learn, excel, and with that psychology, negotiation just goes hand in hand. So we negotiated at 3:30, which would give her a good amount of cash in the bank to, start her new life. But at the same time, I needed to show her why my number is where my number is. So I had to reach in my tool bag, and thank goodness that I had the tools necessary and the education to show and do what I needed to do.
That's awesome. Yeah, because that's, be able to, again, you solve problems. And as a educated, and some people are probably saying, what do we mean by educated? So just for everybody, right after this meeting, we do have another meeting in reference to understanding what the Teets family is actually talking about. How did they learn, build generational wealth, all of those things to help them build that confidence and with the community. So right after this, it's a different Zoom link. So if you want to attend that, just text the person who invited you to this meeting and ask them to get you into that next meeting or whenever the next meeting that they have to provide the information. And then Jay, we'll get to the end. We'll talk about like the repairs and all that kind of stuff. But I think Chris may have maybe one or two more slides, and then we're gonna actually walk through so he can show us the property.
Well, let's talk about this before we go. So the top right is the kitchen, and with the red box, you'll see how we have a beam put in, a nice fresh new 2x12. So we took the wall out to open it up, obviously. And you can see that how we went ahead and took down all the drywall along with the cabinets. Because they used that real thin brick tile and they mortared that on. There was no saving that drywall. I was in there with a shovel trying to save the drywall. It's like, nope, not happening. So we're opening it up with that beam. I'll be putting in a peninsula because everybody likes the little bar setup and we are limited in space. Um, and what I've come up with was since the hardwood floor back in the late 60s, early 70s, they didn't put hardwood floor in the kitchens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got hardwood floor throughout the other level, the main level of the house. I just went to the flooring place, 2 days ago, and I picked out a laminate. It's a nice dark wood looking laminate. We're going to glue it down, but then I'm going to sand and stain the original hardwood dark to match it. So the plan
Ooh,
is so that it'll just flow.
that's an awesome idea.
I really dislike transitions between flooring. If I can get it to look like it was meant to be there, that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's why we didn't renovate the house yet. All right, moving on.
But so the bottom right is the bathroom after we put in the new tile. So what do you guys think? Do you like the fiberglass surround, or do you like that tile better?
I see me too. So I guess they're kind of liking that. I like that. I like the bottom right myself.
Yeah, thank you. That's actually the same gray maple tile that we used at our previous deal in Fredericksburg. If anybody was on the line, or if you'd like to get a video of that, you'll notice that that's the same tile.
So if I
And
recall, you got a really, really good deal on your tiles. And so you says, you know what? Let me just use it on my next project. So now we're talking about keeping your costs down. So you just got everybody eager to know the numbers now, Chris. Thank you. But we'll talk about numbers towards the end as we go through the process. And people are saying, yeah, they like the tile also.
yeah, at the store, it had some brown to it, but here in the picture, it's got the gray that I was promised.
Awesome.
So, so here's something interesting. Well, I'll talk about it later. Here's some more pictures. So, I was an electrician, and I still am. Once an electrician, always an electrician.
Recess lights.
So, I did a circuit breaker panel at the project in Fredericksburg because it had a Federal Pacific panel, and Federal Pacific is known to not do the job when it's supposed to. Well, this one, somebody decided to build a chimney on top of or surrounding the main service entrance cable outside the house. And if there's any electricians on the line or home inspectors, they'll know that you're not allowed to do that. You're creating a fire hazard by having a non-fused cable within your house. And so I'm like, I can't sell this house as a flip knowing that they have a fire hazard. So I was like, nope, we got to do it. Do the panel, do the service entrance cable. If I'm going to do a project, and my wife always agrees whenever I ask her, well, should I do this? She's like, if we're going to give a high quality price, we need to have a high quality product.
And knowing that he loves electricity, then I was like, yeah, you should go ahead. Yeah, so I guess we will be showing you when we do the walkthrough. You can talk more about it. I mean, yeah, he definitely will show you all the slides. So next slide.
So the middle picture, this house had an addition on the back, and this house had the addition back before 2000. This addition was purely for a hot tub room. And so the picture, we're looking down from the back exit, the sliding door, where we're reusing this hot tub room for the new bathroom. And so don't be afraid to get a jackhammer in there and jackhammer up the cement and run plumbing, because when you hire the right contractors, they do it like it's nothing. I mean, they didn't skip a beat. They didn't think about it. They're just like, yep.
So that's really when it comes down as the things that we learn, and also within the education community is you build the right team. You got to build a good team around you, and even though you know a lot about special electricity, you know understanding how to find the right people to be able to work with your pace and how you like to do things. That's really awesome that you do that. And so I'm just looking at the time, so we just want to make sure that we have enough time for y'all to walk through.
Okay. Yeah, the last picture is the master ensuite, and we'll do the walkthrough, and you'll see that. Did you want the numbers now, or did
Nah,
you want to do the walkthrough?
we'll go ahead and walk through so that people can see real quick.
All
And
right.
we'll come
So
back to the numbers.
we're gonna need to
You can
share.
stop sharing. Yep.
You do it. And now I'm gonna need to share from my phone some, or we just carry it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're in the living room.
Let's keep the camera.
There you go. And if you can turn your camera sideways so we can get the full view.
I think we should start
There?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Hey, whatever you want to start. He wants to start at the front door.
just so that everybody gets
Mhm.
Yes. This is called a split foyer, where you walk in the house and you must make a decision whether you go up or down. So we're upstairs. We'll recognize this from the picture. The beam is getting wrapped in drywall. And my wife joked about the recessed lights. I've done a lot of recessed lights. So this will be the dining room. Recessed lights are nice because they're going to raise the ceiling. It makes it feel like it's taller. So we got recessed lights here. We got a new door here. If you remember from the picture, we had a doggy door. So we got a nice new door. These things are pretty cheap. You think they're so expensive, but they're really not that bad.
That's a nice small deck here.
Like I said, he was in the middle of the reno, so we got nice Trex decking.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm following you. Oh, yep. Mhm.
I know everybody wants to see the master on screen.
So here's the living room with recessed lights. Yeah.
All right, we gotta get a little bit closer to Chris so we can hear him. There we go.
So as you walk through, you've got bedroom number one, which is just, we're not doing much to it. Just paint and stain the floor. Here's your hall bath in person. They still need to remove the texture on the ceiling, but other than that, we just need to get a vanity in here.
Yeah, I like that lighting. I'm starting to see more and more people use that that mirror, I'm sorry, in there, the touch and
So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. This is where the door for bedroom number two was, but that is the room that we turned into the bathroom and closet. So this is what will now be the master. It is the biggest of the original three. So this is kind of cool. So this was the closet. So what we did is we just opened up the doorway and cut into it. So we connected the two bedrooms together. So as you walk through, you'll see there's this little area here. That's right, it's kind of awkward, but I'm gonna put glass shelves in and I'm gonna stage it with some of my wife's jewelry. We got a recessed light here to show off the jewelry for the new owner. And as we walk into our ensuite, we have the walk-in closet on the left. And what we decided, it's going to be one of those new fashioned barn doors. And then as you walk in, you got a double sink vanity. It's going to be 60 inches wide. So you got to have the his and her sink. And you got your toilet. It's already plumbed. And then your big walk-in shower. And of course, I still need to put in one recessed light right there for the walk-in shower.
awesome.
Hanging down is for the bathroom. So these contractors move so fast that I am struggling to keep up. But I insist in doing the electric myself.
Yeah, he signed up for work. He likes to do his recessed lights.
So this is really awesome. I like the flow. I agree with what y'all, not that y'all need my agreement, but I really like the flow that y'all have there. And I like that idea that using that space for like jewelry or something that they can put there to kind of showcase things that they probably get most of the time or some of the time. That's really awesome.
Make the house unique. So we'll head on downstairs now.
This is the
Oh,
bedroom
thank you for
upstairs.
showing us. Yeah, because some people's like, I want to see the other room.
It has the closet right here and another small closet
Sounds like the popcorn
here. Oh, the popcorn ceiling is gone. Oh
Yes, it
no.
is.
Okay, so now point place. I have a lot. I mean, another storage here.
Yeah. So one of the questions is, how many weeks are you in right now, Chris, for the reno?
This is really only 2 weeks in.
Wow, 2 weeks in. Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah, they're moving pretty fast. I wish that
Yes.
electrician would move fast.
You know,
Getting material in front of them. I got to keep the material in front of them, or else they get standstill.
I
Exactly.
work overtime overnight. I'm like, I'm gonna lose my husband.
You're doing electric work today. So we got a strip, 4 recess plates down this hallway. So this is the new wall. So this is the new wall we put in for the bed, for the new bedroom. Okay. To tie you back into the picture,
Yes.
right? But we've opened it all up. And this will just be one big living space they can do with whatever they want, whether it's sectionals or desks, TVs, all kinds of whatever.
And it has a fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what do you guys think about the fireplace? Should I paint the brick or should I leave the brick natural?
That's a good
I'd love to
question.
see.
Let's ask. Hey, so Chris is asking right now live, right? So this is live going on. Chris is asking, should he paint the bricks or should he leave it as is? So somebody said leave it natural. So we're gonna let that keep running as people actually chime in. This is really awesome. And so, Chris, I'm looking. We may got like 6 more minutes left, so we want to make sure we be able to get through and get some questions there. And I'll keep watching. Some people say paint. Some people say whitewash it. Paint it off white.
They already finished it.
French.
And that's the shower that the house already came with. This was the hot tub room. So the shower is pretty good. I said leave it. We'll just finish the project. And so, yeah, we got a new sliding door. The plumbing is in. HVAC's been installed correctly. Now we're just going to put up a wall here. Now that the floor is finished, we're going to stud out a wall and make this its own bathroom. To finish the floor, we're not doing much in the furnace room, except we're finishing the drywall and spray painting.
It's laundry room.
Yep. And then to finish this guy,
Bedroom number 1 downstairs.
so we're going to open this up and create for an egress window. So one egress window is here. In our area, well, in United States, to have a legal bedroom in the basement, you have to meet specific safety requirements. So a really big egress window must be installed. So do your research for your local communities of how deep it needs to be off the ground. There's one, and then another one here too. We're doing an egress window over there too.
Yeah, and here's the second bedroom right there. And it has its closet as well.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
one's pretty big.
Yes.
Yep, that'll be a walk-in closet too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. And now we're going up. It's gonna look good.
Yes,
And
we can definitely see there.
especially with all those recessed lights. I'm kidding. I'm so glad he doesn't decide to put chandeliers all over the place. I will not be cost effective. All right, we're back.
All right, yep. So now you're back. And so hey, so as you get ready to go ahead and pull up your money slide there. So man, Chris, it's mixed, right? Some people say, they like to keep it natural, but paint, some people say a lot of people like to paint. So if you keep it natural, that's different. So it's kind of mixed, right? It's really kind of mixed. So Oh man, I wish I can really, say, this is the answer, but we're gonna have to leave it up to y'all and then show us what the finished product looks like. But all right, go ahead over your numbers.
I look forward to it. So cowboy math to make it easy for you guys. So, purchase price, closing costs. I, you know, we learn that we need to make it easy for the seller. And being a real estate agent and putting it on the market makes it difficult for the seller. And so I use that tool when I'm talking to clients. And so I paid for her closing costs. It takes money to sell a house. So if I can alleviate that concern by saying you won't have to come to the table for a dime. So there's your closing costs. I'm paying for hers as well as ours. We budgeted our rehab to be about 105. And I've learned that you've got to budget for everything. So so there's then the cost of money, because you have a choice whether it's borrowing from a private lender or somebody's retirement account or hard money. It always costs money to borrow money. So that's in there. If I'm going to sell it open on the MLS because I need the maximum number of buyers to drive this price up. So I got to pay the agents, right? So I got my break even point. I got what I plan to sell it for, and that'll leave us with our possible profit.
Wow, that's really awesome there. And I want to just say, congratulations on just being able to walk through and to be able to analyze each part of it, as you always do. And some people's asking like, is it hard money? Is it private money? At this particular point, the thing is he was able to have a conversation with somebody to be able to acquire the money. And then he already kind of broke down when it comes to the private money, hard money. So, and then the next thing is somebody asked, how do you control your contractors?
Well, I'm in communication with the contractor every single day. And so yeah, he's telling me what he needs for the next day or the next 3 days. I'm getting it. We talk about paying him as things get completed. Um, so that's that. I tell him I need this done before that done, you know, that type of thing. And go ahead.
I know it's saying like when he I guess when we went through the choosing a contractor, we just say, okay, this is what we wanted. Like we give them timeline, like we need this house to be done in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Do you have time? And they're like, okay, yes, we have time. Do you have people? Yes, we have people. Okay. So we just kind of, I guess, put the limits or the expectations at the beginning.
That's right.
I definitely
So he knows, yeah.
agree. So wait a minute. So
And
it sounds
for
like,
this,
hold on. It sounds like you negotiated with the contractors versus Chris. I mean, because it sounds like Chris was actually doing it, but I think the truth just came out.
yeah.
Yeah, like on this flip, since it's close to our house and I speak Spanish, kind of talking to the contractors as well, and also meeting contractors for the landscaping that speak Spanish only. So I'm more involved on like on the whole process and the second flip than versus to the first one, because the first, I mean, I'm always involved, but I'm just like in person, because this one is like 50 minutes away from our house. The previous one was like an hour away. And on this one, you find more people that speak Spanish than farther away. So yeah, I am talking to the contractors.
There you go. Because another question came up was like, how did you come up with your ARV? Well, you kind of said, you in your neighborhood, so you know the market. What's selling, what's moving, because it's not too far from y'all. So hopefully, William, that kind of answer your question when it comes to how did they come up with the ARV. as a real estate
We've
investors,
had
they know how to do that, but they really know it because it's not too far from where they are. So that's a really good question. And then
yeah,
somebody asked a
and
question
we
about budget. I'm sorry, Chris. Somebody asked about budget. So are you feel comfortable that you definitely on budget?
yeah, we're still on budget.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm just looking at the time, and we got like maybe like 4 more minutes, and I'm not sure what you have left, but go ahead.
This
I
is
think
my
you got
last
something here.
point is Scott always asks me, if there's some key knowledge to share with other investors that I've learned from this project, particularly, so that's what I wrote for this. Budget for the entire job. If you're not paying somebody else to do it, you're going to have to do it. When I was walking this job, I said, don't worry about the yard. Don't worry about the deck. Well, with as fast as these guys are moving, I don't have time to do my own projects because I have to constantly put material in front of them. And so now I'm like, I'm going to need to pay somebody to take care of the deck. I'm going to need to pay somebody to take care of the yard. But with that in mind, I do feel I'm still on point with the budget. Expect to find surprises. Yeah, I found a lot of electrical surprises in this house. So, and mold. All right. And have the education so you can provide options. Because don't be a one-trick pony. Because if one option doesn't work for a seller, and if that's your only option, well, then you're out of the deal. Straight up. She came to me and said, look, this wholesaler wants to offer me 400. Why should I go with you? Said, because I'm the end buyer. You just admitted they're a wholesaler. Do you want a bunch of random people walking through your house? No. So don't be a one trick pony. Have multiple options so that you can secure that deal for yourself.
No, I agree. Now, y'all bring up a lot of good points. Chris, I don't think you realized that you really had a strong negotiator. That's why you got to catch up on your work. Matter of fact, so much that we're going to have to go ahead and get off so that you can get back to your electrical work. So that way, your negotiator don't beat you up. That's there. So again, thank you for what y'all do. Thank you for sharing, taking your time out of your day. For everybody who's here, if you don't mind, like put something in the chat so the Teets family can receive the love because they're about to get back to the work and people are already putting it in there. Great job. Yes, he put a contingency for the mold and everything because he's done this before. He's been through multiple projects as a community, and now they're out. The Teets are out there doing because that's what they want to do. Is they said let's the Teets family go and do one, do a couple of. So that's what the Teets family is doing right now, and they're building their generational wealth, having the kids involved, and so really applaud y'all both. Thank you for sharing. Again, if you want to know how the Teets family is actually doing this, just get in contact with the person who invited you. Even if you're already doing real estate investing and you want to take it to the next level, and they talked about this community, this support, everything that we all hope and what we want to be able to participate in, just contact the person who invited you to this one and say, hey, tell me more. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, the Teets family. Really appreciate you. And so next Saturday, I think we have another property tour. But again, Scott Buckles, thank you for putting this on. If it wasn't for you and all the supporting folks who helped move people into the meeting, thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all have an awesome Saturday and talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.